oi matimo, masala oi matimo, 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 oi matimo, bami. Glory be to God. We dey now take the advantage as we don't expound, we don't open the first part of this learning. Say God not dey kill. God not ever kill. God, he not dey work with killing, not to him make die. Now, somebody go and say, but look where the whole part pan the Bible explain die then, where they say na God, na him do them thing, and then na God been the part of them people that we kill, we make them die, then they happen. Now, we don't take the advantage, and an advantage we use self not for miss. We dey explain all the important and the die them, not to only important, but we don't look at them dead here, then die there, then killing there. We don't look at them. We can notice say now the many times people can use for spoil God in way of behaving, for spoil God in character, for spoil God in attitude, for spoil God in way in lekman. As we dey continue, we don't take we time for explain now all the killing them, the people that will die, pan the whole relationship where God been get with him people in days back where they record na the Old Testament Bible. All them killing them day. We don't take time. We select the important one there, and the one the way people can use for dirty God in name, for dirty God in character, for spoil God in name, for spoil God in character, and say na God make them do this thing, na God make them kill land, na God make them go thief, na God make them spoil this man in program, na God make them go get accident, na God make this kind thing happen to them, na God make them pikin no go school, na God make them not get money. All them things and they outside people and pull them. We they can hold all the important killing them. Then boku killing the way people can use as reference for say God they kill, God they do bad, God they allow. We they can explain the important killing the day from Genesis to Malaika. We they select the important one them and explain them as how will you they listen this teaching. Yourself go get understanding. If anybody go ask you na treat this thing will happen yonder, who that responsible for them? Until you say no to God they kill, well explain to me. Yourself go able for explain to them with sense, boku sense and understanding for make the person self understand without doubt. We dey begin with the story wey been happen at Genesis between the first two people them who they watch according to the salvation plan of God, where God been get the willingness and readiness and love for save man. Wetin be happen? We dey try for investigate now, for look around and know who that been do them thing there, who that they be and then killing them they will be happen na the Old Testament, na the old Bible. So we start with Cain and Abel. Cain and Abel the young killing, na we dey begin with. And pan Bible study, we get what we call the law of first mention. We by English they call it the law of first mention. We na they tell we for let we know the root of who side this thing come on and how it starts. Now the first man this we kill from where the whole world begin according to the salvation plan of God. Who that first kill? Na Cain. The first killing was done by Cain. But let we see. If na God been there inside Cain, where Cain kill Abel. If not to God, would have been there inside Cain, where make him kill Abel. Not forget, you go find this story na Genesis chapter 4 verse number 8. From chapter 4 now, for let you get the understanding about the story better one, you go begin from chapter 3. Usa you can continue na chapter 4. Then chapter 4, you go begin from verse 1. Verse 1, they tell you, say, Adam and Eve, them born the first pikin wey na Cain, wey na the big one. After some time, them born the second boy pikin wey na Abel. You go find that na Genesis chapter 4. You read all the verses there. Cain na be a farmer, while Abel na be a farmer wey dey main animal dem. Wey Cain in farming work wey be dey do na for farm plants. In a plantation dem be dey take care of. Na plantation dem be the farm. All kind of fruit, all kind of crops in be the plant them. While Abel in an animal them be they take care of all kind of animals. So if you continue for look na the verses then where they na chapter 4 of Genesis, you dey see and clearly that time come where they continue for live. Cain and Abel been there na this place outside then they do them farming. While they decide for just make a sacrifice to the God way they know they see with their eyes. They make this sacrifice. According to them, Cain, when are the big one, being get that big manity in them, and be they always think say all thing when they do is for always day up. Even though when you study how he selects the plantation, then for can do this sacrifice where they decide for do to God in his small brother. In brother being get for take the giant animal then, the elder animal then, the fine one, the big one then by animal. When are the small bobo we in call bien. When are Abel na the small one we Cain call bien. Abel being get for out the big and good animal the way they take care of for can do this Sarah. While Cain him be just take any kind of fruit way in willing forgive, not to somebody who been like forgive. I go make you understand that in not to somebody who been like forgive out at all. When you continue for read the story tell we say them do this Sarah. When them do this Sarah, the small one because of in belief system, angel them been get for tell and say we glad you with you. Angel them been get for tell and say we glad you with the Sarah way you make. From that point, wetin happen? They not tell and say we glad with you like I talk am, but then show this sign say we appreciate you, your own sacrifice. While in the big one Cain, they not show no sign of appreciation. Other book then can tell you say smoke candy, yanda, but Bible not tell we say smoke candy. So myself no go can lie by you waiting all day na the book. But then show sign according to waiting the record say they be appreciate the small one in mindset when be get for give. Because him being give generously, in give without grumble, without fairness. So Cain, because of that way happen, Cain gets difficulty in his mind for him brother. He can't begin get hatred mind, bad that for him brother. He decide say he not go continue just this bad that and discouragement. He not go continue for looking brother they alive. So him believe for like Aman and Cain no get no side usai in land for kill. For say don't ever hear say somebody don't kill somebody in a life. Never Cain no ever land that. So in your wish now for like Aman because in there at advantage in big person. So in go for Aman and Abel give up the ghost. In murder in brother in the Cain. If you continue for read now Genesis 4:10, God asks Cain for let him know if Cain righteous and truthful because God don't see everything will happen. God na omnipresence in day everywhere I know. He asks him where Englishman say rhetorical question where now you get the answer. He say Cain, what you don't do to your brother? Why don't ask that question the way God be ask Cain so? I dey ask another question to una way they listen me. If now God been there inside Cain for kill Abel, like how most of una can talk say, na God na in dey allow let bad thing happen to you. Na God dey go inside person for do bad thing. Na God dey make this pikin dey pan thief. Na God dey make this pikin dey pan ghetto business. Na God dey make this pikin do bad. Na God dey make all the bad thing that will dey happen. they happen, and the one the way they do them bad thing and they na God dey inside them. If na God dey inside Cain for kill Abel, why God dey ask and say, what you don't do to a brother? That mean na hypocrisy. Na hypocrite God dey pan. If not to hypocrisy and hypocrite, in the inside Cain, why him for ask am back? That don't tell we say na right we need for be subjected to the New Testament. Let we know wetin been dey inside Cain we make Cain kill him brother. Hallelujah. When we continue for look the story, now let we explain wetin been dey inside Cain we make Cain kill Abel. For let we understand the Old Testament book, we for come na the New. Na e make wey people can say the Old Testament na the only correct book for the Christian then, the new one na in cow the confusion. No, na lie. You don't understand what you dey talk. The Old Testament book, the same thing wey in talk, na the same thing the new one dey talk. And the Old Testament book, things then dey the way hard for understand. The new one na in they can open the understanding and make you understand am. Simple one. If na you one, you no ever go through this kind of teaching what they give you, they ask you, wetin make for Cain kill Abel? You go say na God na him make Cain kill Abel, because you no go through this teaching as how me don't go through am. Now let we continue. Wetin be dey inside Cain? For let we know wetin be dey inside Cain, we dey can at the new. Let we can see wetin the New Testament people let's say, but wetin be happen we make Cain kill Abel. For understand wetin Cain been dey under control of, or wetin been dey control Cain we make Cain kill Abel, we dey look na 1 John chapter 3 verse number 12. 1 John 3:12. The Bible tell we dey say, not to like Cain. Now listen, oh, I want let una all be careful with the details. Then tell we say, not to like Cain, we been there with the evil one. Hallelujah. You see, if na me on Bible been there before you, I go advise you say, underline that word, the evil one. God not to the evil one. Who na the evil one? The evil one na the one we think bad. Na the devil. Na the devil. Na the evil one. So God not to the devil. God na God. So the Bible don't tell we say 1 John 3:12 say, not to like a Cain we been there with the devil. Where na the first man we murder in brother. Read them 1 John 3:12. You dey see and there. Not to like a Cain we been there with the devil. We make him kill him brother. That don't tell you say that the devil been there with Cain. We make Cain kill him brother. How we continue for know this more? The New Testament still continue for explain for we Cain the possess way the evil one be possess, and when we get that devilish thinking we make him kill. God not been involved. God and not did it. Now Jude chapter 1 verse number 11. Jude 1:11. Inside Jude 1:11, when you read them, the Bible continue for tell we say, not to like the way of Cain, we been greedy. You see, that not tell we say na a devilish somebody, godly somebody, not greedy. Cain na greedy somebody. The thing starts from long because he was possessed. Him been get that devilish mindset. Na devilish mindset for be greedy. Cain be greedy in his sacrifice when he was very greedy. He be greedy enough. Jude explained that to we. And in greedy being show out pan the way they do thing. If you read Jude 1:11, they explain that to you better as I tell you now comprehensively or completely. So the new book don't explain to we wetin be happen at the Old Testament between Abel and Cain, and who that been there inside Cain for let Cain kill Abel. Hallelujah. In clear now to we, fine one say God in and not dey pan the first killing. God not be involved. Na Cain kill Abel, and Cain wey kill Abel been there with the devil. The devil wey been there with wey make him kill Abel. Na in English say evil one. Na so English tag am for be. Na so English call am. He was of the evil one. They say Cain been there with the evil one, the devil. Na him make him kill Abel. Hallelujah. So let we not blame God God no be dey inside Cain for let Cain kill Abel. Not to God in wish, not to God in plan for let Cain kill Abel. God in a good. From where he starts, he no ever think bad for man. He no create bad for man. Na man get bad thinking due to we unbelief. Na ink out that bad thinking for man. Glory be to God.